guys, this is Bhavya Sharma here. Welcome back to the Med Concepts with Bhavya. Today we are going to go through another part of the hip bone anatomy series in which we are going to go through the ischial part of the hip bone. So this is the ischial part of the hip bone of which we are going to study the features. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. As always, the very first thing that you need to know about any part or any bone is the introduction. You need to know exactly what you're talking about. So, this is the ischial part of the hip bone. I've already very clearly told that hip bone has three parts, that is the ilium, the ischium and the pubis, of which we are going to study the ischium part. So, the ischium part is the posterior-inferior part. Let me hold it in the anatomical position. So holding it in the anatomical position, it is the posterior and inferior part. So it is a little posterior, that is it is behind, and it is inferior, that is it is below. Okay, so it is the posterior inferior part of the hip bone. Another thing is it forms 2/5 of the acetabulum. I would take a separate lecture on acetabulum. It would be divided like this, and ilium would be forming some part of the acetabulum, pubis would be forming some part, and ischium would be forming some part. So for now, you just remember that ischium part forms 2/5 of the acetabulum. Okay, now another thing that you need to know about, and which we would be going into detail, is the parts of the ischium. We have two parts in total. One is the body and another one is the ramus. So ischium has two parts, the body, that is this part, and the ramus. So now let's go into the details of each of the part that I told you right now. Talking about the body of the ischium, that is this part shown here, this one. The body of the ischium is a thick, massive part. Okay, so it is a thick, massive part of the ischium, and it lies behind and below the acetabulum. So behind, that is behind and below the acetabulum. So ischium is a thick, massive part. The body of the ischium is a thick, massive part. Here also, if you can see, and it is present behind and below the acetabulum. Okay. Then another thing that you need to know is it has two ends, that is upper end and lower end. It has two ends, again upper end, lower end. Then it has three borders, anterior, posterior and lateral, and it has three surfaces, which are the femoral, dorsal and pelvic surfaces. Let's go into the details of each one of these features. Now let us talk about the two ends, that is the upper end and the lower end. If we go behind, the upper end forms the acetabulum margin, posterior inferior margin, that is this one. This is the upper end. Okay, and the lower end forms this big tuberosity, which is also known as ischial tuberosity, and then it gives off the ischial ramus. So again, the upper end forms the acetabulum posterior 2/5, and the lower end forms the ischial tuberosity here and gives off the ischial ramus. Okay. Now let us talk about the borders. The ischium has three borders in total: anterior border, posterior border and lateral border. So talking about anterior border, which is here, the anterior border forms the posterior border of the obturator foramen. Again, this is the anterior border of the ischium, which forms the posterior border of the obturator foramen. Okay, this is posterior, right? So posterior of obturator foramen is formed by anterior border of the ischial part of the hip bone. So now the posterior border, if you see here in this way, it will be more clear. Posterior border of the ischium continues with the posterior border of the ilium from the mid of the greater sciatic notch. This is the greater sciatic notch. This is the mid of the greater sciatic notch. It is starting from here. Then it shows and or projects an ischial spine, which is a spine of the ischium, and then goes down below and projects a lesser sciatic notch. Then we have the third border, which is also known as the lateral border. This is the lateral border. the lateral border projects the lateral border of the ischial tuberosity. I told you that this big part is the ischial tuberosity. This is marked here by marker. So this is the lateral border. Again, we have the anterior border, we have the posterior border, and then we have the lateral border. That is all about the borders. Let's go through the surfaces now. Talking about the surfaces, we have three surfaces in total: the femoral surface, the pelvic surface, and the dorsal surface. Okay, so first going through the femoral surface. The femoral surface is this one. See, first reminding you of the borders. This is the lateral border and this is the anterior border, right? This one. See, if you see it like this, you will find out that this is the anterior border. I'm keeping my pen here and tilting it around, and you find out that it is the same. It's just the change in the position. So between the lateral border and the anterior border of the ischium, you have this part, right? This surface, which is the femoral surface. Then on the same plane, we have the gluteal surface here. The gluteal surface is this one, just above the ischial tuberosity. Okay, and it is continuous above with the gluteal surface of the ilium. Do you remember the gluteal surface of the ilium and these gluteal lines? So this is the gluteal surface of the ischium, which is continuous above with the gluteal surface of ilium. So now we are done with two: the femoral surface between the lateral and the anterior border, and the gluteal surface just above the ischial tuberosity and behind the acetabulum. Now going to this side, we would have the pelvic surface over here. So the pelvic surface is a smooth surface. Okay, this is one thing that you need to know. The pelvic surface is the smooth surface and it is forming the lateral wall of the true pelvis. Okay, I've already explained about the true pelvis and false pelvis. So it is forming the lateral wall of the true pelvis. So this is the pelvic surface. Here we have the femoral surface and here we have the gluteal surface. So that is all about the three surfaces of the ischium. Now let us talk about the last feature, that is the conjoint ischiopubic rami. We have already read about ischiopubic rami when we were talking about the pubis part of the hip bone. So ischiopubic rami is the site of reunion or the site of union where the ischial ramus, that is this one, this is the ischial ramus, alright. So the ischial ramus and the inferior pubic ramus join together to form the conjoint ischiopubic rami. Again, the ischial ramus and the inferior pubic ramus unite at a place, and that is known as the conjoint ischiopubic rami. It consists of two borders, upper border and lower border, and it consists of two surfaces, inner surface and outer surface. Let's go into the details of that. As I already mentioned, we have two borders, this one, and two surfaces here and here in the conjoint ischiopubic rami. Let's go into the details. This is the upper border of the ischiopubic rami. This upper border forms part of the obturator foramen. Okay. Then we have the lower border. The lower border, that is this one over here, it forms the pubic arch. Now just imagine my hand as another hip bone like this. Okay. And the triangle formed here is the pubic arch. Okay. So the triangle formed by the wrist, by the forearm of mine, this line and this line are the pubic arch. Okay. So the lower border, that is this one, this forms the pubic arch, and the upper border forms a part of the obturator foramen. Then we have surfaces. So towards the acetabulum, that is on the side of the acetabulum, you will have the outer border, the outer surface, and on the opposite side you would have the inner surface. Okay, so that is all about the iliopubic rami. So this is all about the ischial part of the hip bone. We are done with the features. Now we are left with the features of acetabulum, which I would be explaining in the next lecture. So let's recap once. Okay. So we talked about the ischial part of the hip bone, and in the ischium, first of all, we need to know that it is the posterior-inferior part of the hip bone. It has body and ramus, right? In the body, we saw three borders: the anterior border, the lateral border, and the posterior border. We saw three surfaces: the pelvic surface, the gluteal surface, and the femoral surface. Then we also saw the rami, which forms the union called iliopubic rami, which has two borders, the upper border and the lower border, and two surfaces, the outer surface and the inner surface. So hey guys, this is all about today's video. We have completed the features of all the three parts of the hip bone, and we are left with the acetabulum, which I would be taking in the next lecture. If any comments or any doubts or any suggestions, comment down in the comment section below. Do give this video a thumbs up, share, support, subscribe if you are new, and thanks for watching. Again, reminding you all, stay home and stay safe. It's a very hectic situation in India. Thanks for watching.